What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here. Welcome to the Geek Lounge. On today's video, we are going to be opening up the flocked Tony Chopper Funko Pop mystery box from Pop Culture. Alright guys, welcome back to another Funko Pop unboxing here on the channel. As I said, I have received in my flocked Tony Chopper Funko Pop mystery box from Pop Culture. I doubt there'll be anything too crazy in it. There's 3 other pops as well as the flocked chopper. But before we get into the box, guys, I did just want to talk a little bit about its release. Because the flocked chopper pop was actually a grail. It released back in, I want to say 2016, maybe 2017. It was a Funimation exclusive. And like I said, it was a grail worth upwards of like 100 or 200 pounds here in the UK. Was probably even more, to be perfectly honest, in the US. But then it dropped sometime, I think at the beginning of last year on Pop Culture. I think it was also available on Aussie Collectibles. And a lot of people tried to grab it really quickly because you were getting a grail for retail, right? Skip forward to, I guess, what, 3 weeks ago maybe? I was actually doing some late night browsing and it was like 2 AM over here in the UK and I came across the flocked chopper mystery box on Pop Culture. Now they do this a lot with like popular releases or Funko Shop exclusives, which are Pop Culture exclusives. They are essentially the Funko Shop in Australia where they'll release something with like 3, 4, 5 items in a mystery box, which are like overstock items to then get rid of them. That's why I feel like we're not going to get anything too crazy in this box. So I actually purchased it immediately because I knew it wouldn't last on there very long. In fact, 10 minutes after I purchased mine, Disc Tracker's actually posted about it on his Instagram page, and then I think it took about 4 hours before it did sell out. I actually posted it on one of my Facebook UK groups, but of course it was like 2 AM, so everyone didn't see it till the morning, and I think it had already sadly gone. But yeah, I did manage to get mine. There were a lot of complaints though, because it is a grail. Was a grail. I don't know, the Funimation one to me is still a grail, but a lot of people were complaining that why are they re-releasing a grail, and I'm like, they're not really re-releasing it. At least from the Aussie collectors that I've spoken to, this is actually a first release of the pop in their country, in their region. So this pop never released all those years ago when it did in the US. I honestly don't know what happened here in the UK. I'm pretty sure it released just before I started collecting Funko Pops, so I can't really speak to its release here in the UK. But what people do have to understand is that like merchandising licensing, toys licensing, it's like pretty complex, right? Just because you have a license for something does not necessarily mean you have the global rights to sell that item. You only have to look at U2's, for instance. So many of the products that they sell, if you go on their website and you look at a particular product, they may not be able to ship it to you. I mean, Pop Culture have it similarly with their exclusives, like the Funko Shop exclusives. As I mentioned, Pop Culture is essentially the Funko Shop in Australia. They have restricted shipping on those. They can't ship them to elsewhere. But that's a little bit different in terms of licensing, where what I was going on about with U2's is that they can't sell some stuff to particular countries because of the licensing. And I think this one kind of harkens back to the flocked Mewtwo as well, because the Funko Pop license here in the UK and Europe, it is starting to get better, but it's still a bit messy. We still haven't had a ton of the Funko Pops released yet. I'm pretty sure we haven't had Charizard, Dragonite, Raichu, tons that haven't released over here yet in the UK. I think the new ones are coming out quite soon, but I don't know what's going to happen with all the like previous releases. But we started to get the Funko Pop, the Pokemon Funko Pops, pardon me, so much later than they were in the US. And I remember the flocked Mewtwo, was it 2020? I can't remember whenever it was. It was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and the even the shared sticker one became somewhat of a grail. I think it was worth $100 in the US, and I actually remember having a discussion, like a back and forth discussion with Skittle Rampage on his YouTube channel when he was talking about this, because although he wasn't really complaining, he was saying he could understand why people would be disappointed that we're now getting a re-release of this flocked Mewtwo, and it's going to like take down the price, you know, of the one that people have now had for a while from the con. And I was like, dude, it's not a re-release. We haven't had this pop release over here in the UK. It's actually a first release for us. We never got that shared sticker exclusive. We obviously didn't get the con, you only get the con sticker if you go to the con, right? But we didn't get the shared exclusive sticker. In fact, the shared exclusive sticker Pokemon Pops started only coming out maybe last year. It could have been like 2021 as well. I can't entirely remember off the top of my head. But yeah, that's what I put it down to, that this flocked chopper pop, it's not a re-release, it's actually a first release for the region. Some people said, shouldn't it have therefore had restricted shipping? And it's like, yeah, maybe you could have had restricted shipping to countries that have had it before, but it's not really like a Funko Shop exclusive, right? In that instance, you can then argue that every single exclusive or common, like Pop Culture, shouldn't be able to ship it anywhere in the world, right? Because it's not, like I said, a Funko Shop exclusive, so why should there really be restricted shipping on it? But you know what, guys, I've rambled on enough about it. It's time to get into the box to see what we did get. Like I said, probably nothing too crazy. I did order a bunch of other things that we'll show off in our usual Sunday weekly pickups video that came with this. I always like to get to the sort of £130, I think it is, threshold, including shipping, and then we don't like pay any taxes or anything like that. At least I haven't yet. I don't know if anyone else in the UK has been unfortunate enough to pay taxes on items shipped from Pop Culture. I'm going to be a bit careful here because this box, if you guys did see, it's not particularly the biggest. 4 pops in here, obviously. So I don't want to like scorn anything on top, especially the flocked chopper figure itself. Yeah, let's see what we get. Probably going to be all dupes. I've picked up a ton of anime stuff recently, so it was actually like an anime specific box. I'll just get right into it, to be honest, and not like do it as a mystery sort of thing. So we've got, what, a couple of Dragon Ball Z as well as a My Hero Academia. I don't actually collect Dragon Ball Z pops though, so I guess they are 2 sort of new ones into my collection. But this one I do already have. It is the My Hero Academia spinner figure, which was, I have to be reminded, Winter Convention. Yeah, I think it was that Brazilian convention towards the end of last year. I did actually already pick it up. The box is a little bit dented, not too bad to be perfectly honest, but it's a really, really cool pop. I do enjoy it quite a lot. I'm not too bothered when I get duplicates, to be honest. My eventual goal is to have, like when we move, because we're like, if you guys have been watching for a while, you've heard me say it a ton of times, we are like seriously running out of space at our current location. We actually had intended to move this year, but with the like cost of living crisis and all of that, we kind of put things on hold. We obviously started our own business as well, and like I think the banks wanted to see more evidence and things of what we were earning, etc, etc. So we're actually going to be looking at moving next year, and once we get all that space, my idea is to do like some a lot of out-of-box displays, particularly with anime pops, because they're just so detailed. They look amazing. They shouldn't be in box, at least in my opinion. But as you guys know, like from behind me here in the Geek Lounge, I do also like to collect a lot of signed Funko Pops, so I don't mind if I do sometimes get some duplicates to then eventually have like one signed, one out of box as well. But yeah, the spinner figure, really, really cool. A lot of detail. Donatello vibes going on here for me, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with all those swords. Yeah. Not much else I can really say about it than I said like already a few months ago when we first got in the pop, other than it is really, really cool. As I said, guys, the other 2 pops we got are both Dragon Ball Z. These are the 2 then that we got. Actually, Dragon Ball Super, I think, and Dragon Ball Z. I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, like kind of my early teenage years, but I never went back to it and haven't since, so I don't really collect the Dragon Ball Z pops, and I really don't know too much about it. I'm kind of like, if that's like an anime that I suddenly get into and they've got an enormous amount of pops, that's just like something else that's going to murder my bank balance. So I can't really talk too much about these, but yeah, guys, we have this like purple chrome Majin Buu, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I have seen the character before. I have to say I'm not really a big fan of these chrome ones, to be perfectly honest. They look like a Christmas decoration to me, like an ornament, like they're just going to break so easily. I just don't really like the design much at all on them. But, I mean, it's still pretty cool. I'm sure maybe someone else might like it. Can do it as a, I don't know, a giveaway, trade, whatever. I don't really know the value. Maybe I'll check out the TPD value of this at the end. And then the other one I got is from Dragon Ball Super, I think. The Super Saiyan Kefla. I think that's how you pronounce that. If it isn't, someone can correct me in the comments section below. But yeah, this pop has a lot more detail to it. Very, very cool. Pretty colourful. Green hair, blue eyes, this kind of pinkish purplish suit. And then, yeah, I don't really know what's going on with these powers, weapons, whatever. Like I said, it's been an eternity. Like, probably 25 years since I watched Dragon Ball Z. 25 years. Probably giving away my age a bit there. And certainly not Dragon Ball Super, so I really can't talk much about what's going on here. But yeah, it still is a pretty cool pop with that old special edition sticker, but I mean, that is what it is. Again, maybe I'll keep this for a trade, giveaway, etc, etc. And yeah, once again, we'll also check out the value at the end to see if the mystery box was of good value. And I kind of feel I said value a few too many times there, but who cares? Let's move on to the main event, what you guys have all been here for. The flocked Tony Chopper from One Piece, guys, with the special edition sticker. Look at that. This thing just looks beautiful. And yeah, I think box condition, pretty immaculate, thankfully. Maybe a little bit of a mark there on the window. I don't know if you guys can really sort of make that out, but otherwise pretty perfect condition. Part of the original releases with that original Trafalgar Law, Ace and Luffy. I do have the Luffy, the Ace. I pre-ordered a whole bunch of the like old school One Piece or like original release One Piece pops of double box toys in like July last year. They were supposed to come in like November, December, didn't. They all took them off the site. They're now back up and seemingly shipping in May, April. So whether I will eventually get those, I hope so. We'll have to see. The rest of the newly released One Piece pops, I did order all of them except the metallic Snake Man metallic Luffy for whatever reason. It is on Pop Culture though. I think it's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive over here, so I might probably try and go for it off of Pop Culture. But yeah, guys, just really happy to get this pop. Yeah, it just looks really cool. I have recently finished the Alabaster arc. I kind of watched, they did all these episodes, if you guys recall, where it was like singular episodes for each character, kind of showing you a bit about their past, a bit about their journey, etc, etc. I've just finished those, and I think there's like 8 episodes of some other arc where they're now on an island or something. I think it seems like filler to me, but that's where I am in my One Piece journey. I think that does actually end season 2 as well. So yeah, I think it's somewhere around 160 odd episodes, so still plenty more to go. But yeah, I've seen a lot of Chopper. Love what I've seen from him so far. Yeah, just a really cool pop. All the detail on it. The flocking, I always feel weird saying that word, but even the flocking does look great. Yeah, what more can I say? It's a really cool pop, and happy to add it to my One Piece collection, especially at retail. So although this isn't your typical mystery box where you can get grails, hits, etc, etc, I thought it would still be fun to check the TPD value nonetheless. I actually looked at my invoice. I paid £31.24 for this box, like converted from Australian dollars, which didn't seem right to me. I could have sworn it was like £40 to £50. I could be thinking of another mystery box perhaps, but yeah, it's come out at £31.24. So what do we have first? The spinner actually comes in at just £10, which, yeah, not very much at all. A fairly recent release. The pink chrome Majin Buu, again, I hope that's how you pronounce it, Majin Buu, came in at £11. And the Super Saiyan Keflar also comes in at £11. So that right there is already the box essentially at £32, so I guess that's pretty cool. The Tony Chopper, the flocked version, currently trending for £75, so it has gone down since this release, but yeah, I imagine that cost is still a bit like highly fluctuated, right, because of this not re-release, right, first release in Australia. So yeah, if he keeps at that value, and he probably will, like, he may go down a little bit, but he'll probably keep similar to that. I'd probably say I got really good value still for this mystery box. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated. And I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop some comments below. Did you guys have any luck getting this mystery box? And as always, we've got plenty more content on the way for you guys. Coming up in tomorrow's video, we're going to be continuing with our Star Wars Hot Toys Mandalorian Marathon, where yes, we check out another Mandalorian Hot Toys, if that wasn't already obvious. We're not too sure which character we're going to do yet. We were thinking maybe the Armourer, but we've got Bo-Katan, we've got Heavy Infantry Trooper, Remnant Stormtrooper, tons of different troopers, tons of different variations of the Mandalorian, as well as other characters. I guess you guys are just going to have to stay tuned, like I said, for tomorrow's video to find out which one. On Friday, we're going to be going Funko Pop hunting in central London. I need to head down there to pick up a few things, and thought, why not go for a Funko Pop hunt? On Saturday's video, we've got more Naruto Kaiju unboxings, and on Sunday's video, we have our usual Funko Weekly Pickups video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for all of that and more. What is the easiest way to stay tuned, you ask? It's very simple. Subscribe. Hit, click, smash that subscribe button and enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any of that future content. Guys, thanks again for watching today's video, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds.